You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Today is Monday, August 2nd, 2021, and this is your daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. On today's show, Alex Kurtzman extends his deal with CBS, and we get confirmation of the Section 31 show. Voyager's Duncan McNeill reveals that he's pitched Captain Proton to Kurtzman's production company, and we've got details of the 2 recipients of this year's Star Trek Command Training Program internships. I'm Alison Pitt, and today's show is supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. Great news for Star Trek fans, as CBS Studios has announced a new overall deal with current Star Trek boss Alex Kurtzman, which will see his current deal expanded and extended through 2026. In a press release on Friday, they said, CBS Studios announced today a new overall development and production deal with prolific writer, producer, and director Alex Kurtzman and his production banner Secret Hideout through 2026. Heather Caden will continue to lead the Secret Hideout content team along with Senior Vice President Aaron Byers and Director of Development Robin Johnson. Under this new deal, Secret Hideout will expand to include new executives for the growing slate of shows and development. George Cheeks, President and CEO of CBS, said of the deal, "Extending our valuable partnership with the brilliant Alex Kurtzman and Secret Hideout has been a top priority for CBS and Paramount+. Alex's vision and leadership of the Star Trek franchise and his ability to create artistic and commercial series across all platforms put him in a special class of creative talent. We are excited to build on his already impressive slate far into the future." For his part, Kurtzman said of the agreement and specifically of the leadership at CBS Studios, "I can imagine no greater partners, and I'm so excited to tell more stories together for years to come." Now, also buried in the statement was official word, finally, regarding development of the elusive Section 31 series, which has been rumored to be on the back burner for much of this year. The statement reads, Secret Hideout is in development on a Star Trek project based on Section 31 with Michelle Yeoh attached to star. Now, it's not just Star Trek that Kurtzman is attached to, though. His contract covers production across a wide board, with projects including an adaptation of former Star Trek Picard showrunner Michael Chabon's The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay, and a reboot of The Man Who Fell to Earth, as well as a Lena Horne biopic and more. Congratulations to Alex Kurtzman and the team at Secret Hideout on their new deal, and I for one look forward to what the next 5 years have in store. It's been 20 years since we've seen Dr. Chaotica attempt to hatch an evil plan, only to be thwarted by our hero, Spaceman First Class, Protector of Earth, and Scourge of Intergalactic Evil, Captain Proton. But if Star Trek Voyager's Tom Paris, Duncan McNeill has his way, Captain Proton will return. In Voyager, Captain Proton was the protagonist of the holo novel The Adventures of Captain Proton, an homage to the science fiction serials of the 1930s like Flash Gordon. Paris, a huge fan of the novel, created a holodeck version of it, which ended up being in several episodes of the show. Now, while Tom Paris has apparently come close to appearing in Star Trek Picard, and will appear in Season 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks, if only as a commemorative plate, McNeill has been pitching the idea of a revival of Paris's alter ego in one format or another to the powers that be. According to Trek Movie, McNeill told the Primitive Culture podcast that he thought about trying to produce it as a podcast during COVID. "I thought that might be fun, do an old radio drama with Captain Proton, but get all of our actors back together. And I actually talked to Alex Kurtzman's company about producing either a podcast version of Captain Proton or a web series or short treks kind of version, but just with Captain Proton. And though there has been no indication of any new short treks, Kurtzman has expressed interest in doing black and white versions. Star Trek Voyager's Kate Mulgrew has also indicated her interest in returning for a Captain Proton revival. However we get to see or hear further adventures of Captain Proton, you can find out more about that and about Duncan McNeill's other current adventures at trekmovie.com. And if you'd like to go back and revisit the original, Captain Proton first appears in the Voyager Season 5 episode Night, available to stream on Paramount+. More news in a moment, but first, a word from me. Are you aware that we have a Teepublic shop? Well, we do. I've hand-curated some of the best Star Trek-related designs that Teepublic has to offer, and I've packaged them nicely in one place just for you. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, this Dixon Hill shirt that I'm wearing is just one of the many designs on offer. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, well, you just have to trust me that it's really cool. Anyway, one of the great things about Teepublic is that when you buy a cool Star Trek design from them, whether it's on a t-shirt, a mug, wall-hanging mug, I said mug already, a sticker, or just about anything else, not only does the designer get part of the profit, but so does Daily Star Trek News. So check out our shop today. Head to teepublic.com/stores/Daily Star Trek News. That's teepublic.com/stores/Daily Star Trek News, and happy shopping. 2 talented film and television students are headed where only 2 others have gone before, having been named to the second cohort of the Star Trek Command Training Program, a joint internship offering from the Television Academy Foundation and CBS Studios. Jordan Young, a student at Elon University in North Carolina, and Sarah Tadeyan, a graduate student at Cal State Northridge, were announced last week as the 3rd and 4th recipients of this unique learning opportunity. As described in the press release, the Star Trek Command Training Program is a paid television internship that champions the core values of inclusion, access, and opportunity. It offers a 360-degree educational immersion in the production process of the Star Trek universe. Although originally envisioned as an on-site internship, COVID-19 restrictions mean that they will both be interning remotely with the Star Trek franchise, which is headquartered at CBS Studios in Los Angeles. Young offered some candid thoughts on being chosen, saying, "To be chosen for this internship feels amazing, if not terrifying, in the best way. It is a really exciting honor. It feels like there is a lot to live up to, and I am super excited about the challenge." Tadeyan was reflective as she thought of her journey to this internship, declaring, "I absolutely believe that every roadblock in my artistic career pushed me to take that dirt road, climb that mountain, dig that tunnel, build that flying contraption, all to eventually lead me to crash land into this internship to get to have my literal dream job of working for Star Trek." Find out more about the Television Academy Foundation at emmys.com/foundation. Information for the 2022 cohort of the Star Trek Command Training Program will be made available in November. Congratulations to Jordan and Sarah as they seek out new adventures. Well, that's it for today's Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows on the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Alison Pitt, and written by Chris Peterson, Brown and David Powell. We're supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out how you can add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. I'm back tomorrow with more of the Star Trek news you need to know and this week's Trek Trivia. I'm Alison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
This is a Roddenberry podcast. For more great podcasts, visit podcast.roddenberry.com.